Although it might depend on the day and what Ubisoft are actually doing as to whether or not I would actually admit this, but I am actually an avid Assassin's Creed fan. No shit, Sherlock. And so it's surprising that in this Still Gold series so far, I haven't put any of the old Assassin's Creed games in. So on the block today for the Still Gold series is Assassin's Creed 2. But aren't you always praising this game? That's true, I always am. That's because, now bear with me here, it's a good game. So if you don't know what this Still Gold series is about, that makes two of us. I honestly have no idea myself, but essentially we play older games and we just have a bit of fun. I can't even describe it, we're just going to have to get balls deep in this one. So, may I present to you all, Assassin's Creed 2 is Still Gold. Our story today begins with naming our save file. Of course I went with this. I wasn't even thinking at the time, I just typed this in, of course I did. So after a brief recap from the previous game, we are thrust into this gameplay where we have to walk through a door and go and stand by a table. At which point we're simply told to get in the Animus, so, you know, considering the circumstances, we do just that. Before we ever expected to do so, we're witnessing a woman giving birth. It's a boy, yay, no beatings for her tonight. This is the most thrilling gameplay I've ever experienced in a game, Assassin's Creed 2, Infant Simulator.
And what shall we call him, my love?
Ezio. Ezio Auditore da Firenze.
Personally, I'd never hold a baby this high up, I'd be so tempted to just drop it. And just as quick as we entered, we're out of the Animus again and now running through the hallways of Abstergo. Maybe if we asked them politely, they wouldn't be so violent. There's no need to kick the shit out of them. Maybe there is actually. Yeah, these guys are arseholes. One fight later and we're thrown into the boot of a car. Whatever happened to travelling like a normal person? Well, the downside of being in the boot is you have no idea where the fuck you are. For some odd reason for PC you can't exactly map controller controls quite like they're mapped on console, so I'm gonna steal a defibrillator and stick it right up your dad's rectum.
Hello, Desmond. Go away.
After 15 solid minutes of annoying Sean, I decided to actually get into the Animus and start doing the assassin part of Assassin's Creed. The man might be a prick, but that was a 1 in a million throw. Just gonna casually beat the ever-loving shit out of his mates. Did my game just crash? Guess I'll just have to twat his mates all over again. Out of nowhere, Ezio's older brother appeared. He could have appeared a few moments beforehand, but no, he chose now, right after I've done the fighting bit. Oh no, now I'm fighting Vieri de Pazzi's mates. Just gonna casually step in this man's balls. After stealing the money from the pockets of all these unconscious men, Ezio and his brother decide to go to a doctor. Naturally, nobody questions how on earth they managed to segue parkour into this part, but let's just say it wasn't the smoothest experience ever.
Fratelli Auditori, why am I not surprised? You've made quite a mess of yourself, young man.
It's nothing, really. You must help him. That pretty face is his only asset.
At least I don't fucking die within the next half an hour, you cheeky bastard. It was at this point that Ezio was challenged to a race to the top of this church. So while Federico went around like a fucking moron, Ezio decided to just straight climb the church like a normal person. Obviously Ezio won the race because he climbed the right thing, though I do wonder if normal people actually try to climb churches to begin with.
It is a good life we lead, brother.
The best may never change.
And may it never change us. All right, enough of that. We really should head home. Let's go.
Wait.
What?
So first we're climbing churches and now Ezio's thinking about shagging out of wedlock. To top off this weird, it's time we jumped off of this tower because that definitely wouldn't kill us. Hey look, in this game we can actually hide in haystacks, not just stand on them like in Odyssey.
Keep looking! He couldn't have gotten far!
If only he knew how far I hadn't gotten. Does this guy always try and fail to touch Vieri de Patsy's arse, or is that just my game?
Come back, sweet boy.
Alright boys, it's time for some interactive intercourse. Because the game couldn't simply leave this as a cutscene. The next morning, this girl's father comes in to see Ezio shagging his daughter, so Ezio has to jump out of the window and the man threatens to kill him. For one reason or another, there are guards who are just so happy to oblige. I don't like these guys. Once Ezio gets home, he's trusted by his father to deliver a very important letter. Now, the most hated man in Florence probably won't be the most incognito guy to deliver this to your conspirator friend. Somehow we succeed, only having to beat the shit out of two blokes outside of Lorenzo de Medici's house, to which his doorman seems relatively unfazed by the violence. For no reason at all, I decided to dive through this shop. Did Ezio just say penis? He might as well just say cancer retard. Don't mind me, everybody, just stealing from my own family. Why the fuck is there a random chest out here anyways? Inside, Ezio finds his father and a really fat bastard who looks quite suspicious. I don't know how it happened, but we've already agreed to help our retarded little brother get feathers. After retrieving all 3 feathers, it was probably harder to get back than it was to climb on the rooftops. Wait, hang on a minute, who the hell are you guys? After knocking out these 3 random guys in his own home, Ezio, instead of inquiring, decides to go straight ahead and hand the feathers over to his little brother.
You still haven't told me why you want these.
I will. In time.
This kid's gonna die and he fucking knows it. He just wants to be the biggest arsehole possible beforehand. Though honestly, on my deathbed, I'd do the exact same thing. If I had a son or whoever happened to be there, I'd just go to them, I need to tell you a secret, and those would be my final words. I would just die there and then, leaving them wondering what that secret is for the rest of their lives. Oh look, it's my fuck-ass ugly mother. Oh look, we conveniently know Leonardo da Vinci. And of course, we have to carry a box of his paintings. Imagine how much we could alter history if we just dropped those paintings and stamped in them. One person left to help, and that is of course Ezio's sister Claudia.
I think he's been unfaithful.
Who told you this?
The other girls. I thought they were my friends.
Harpies. You're better off without them.
I loved him.
No, Claudia. You only thought you did.
He should suffer for what he's done.
Of all the skills I credit Ezio for having, I never once thought about this Jedi mind trick here.
Wait here. I'll go have a word with him.
Our work here is done. Oh look, there's an unguarded bank with an open door here. I'm just gonna go in and casually rob it for all it's worth.
I need these packages delivered to associates of mine in the city.
Unmarked letters, do they have like anthrax in them or something? I've seen a Teletubby with more balance than this guy.
I have a delivery from...
Giovanni Auditore?
Yes.
Were you followed?
No. Why would I be followed?
Give me the package. Tell your father that they're moving tonight. He should as well.
Who's moving? What's going on here? Wait, come back. Explain yourself.
You know, if this was me, I would just assume that my father was into dealing drugs on the slide, but I guess there are many ways to interpret suspicious behaviour. After doing these errands and returning home, Ezio's home seemed relatively empty.
Father? Federico?
You know, personally I wouldn't leave her at that. I would go on the counter-attack and deck her.
Ezio.
Yes, Sir Ezio. Who the fuck did you expect? Well, it appears as if Ezio's father has been arrested, so we're just going to quickly stumble through all the crowds and go and visit him. This feels like one very heavy conspiracy now. So after a brief conversation, we're sent back to the villa where we actually started to go and find some gear. After re-entering the house, it took me a whole 3 seconds to find this secret room, so it's apparently not a very good secret room. After leaving the house, Ezio's immediately attacked by a couple of guards who he kills almost right away without hesitation. Now, I'm not saying that he's a psychopath, but there we go, more of these filthy fed fall to my blade. After delivering the documents to this suspicious fat bastard, he appears to be in the company of yet another suspicious fat bastard. All these years have been conspiracy theories about lizard people, when in reality the true enemy have been right under our noses all along, or more accurately, right over the deep fat fryer. After delivering the documents to the suspicious man, those very documents that are the very lifeline of Giovanni Auditore, Ezio decides to go to his father's hearing, where surprise surprise those documents are not presented and Uberto Alberti hangs Ezio's family by their necks until they're dead. Oh no, enforcer fat people, this really is a fat conspiracy. After escaping out of nowhere, this woman who tried to knock us out not too long ago runs up to us and tells us to go to her sister's house. Now, I'm no sleuth, but I'd say that this place is definitely a brothel. Why have you brought me here? After this awkward encounter, we found ourselves walking around, at which point Ezio discovered that if you stand among a bunch of monks, nobody ever notices you. After learning how to walk around among a bunch of monks, Ezio decided to head back to Leonardo da Vinci to fix the hidden blade.
The blade. I managed to decode that parchment of yours. It showed me exactly what to do. Now all that's left is to remove your ring finger.
Really?
I'm sorry, but this is how it must be done. The blade is designed to ensure the commitment of whoever wields it.
Bene. Do it quickly.
I was only having fun.
You won't be laughing so much when I decide to come back and cut your cock off. After this was done, it was time to go ahead and take revenge. Not just for Ezio's family though, but for all the KFC bargain buckets that he hogged to himself. It is time to kill the man.
You!
Yes, it is I, the ghost of Weight Watchers past. By the way, you probably shouldn't have killed my family because I just gave you an impromptu gastric bypass. Now, this room's trippy as shit.
The Auditori are not dead! I'm still here! Me! Ezio! Ezio Auditore!
Didn't take me too long to escape these guards. They're pretty incompetent, so that makes me think that I probably could have strangled this guy to death and gotten away. So getting Leonardo da Vinci to fix the hidden blade, well, that was just pointless, wasn't it? Either way, now we've killed the man, and there are more mans that need to die. So as you can see, Assassin's Creed 2 is a super fun experience, so if you haven't played this game yet for whatever reason, then definitely do pick it up. Now, this was the original version used in this video for two reasons. That retro effect, and at the same time, the Ezio collection wasn't released on PC, for fuck's sake. However, this game hasn't aged the best, so if you want a better experience now, then definitely get the Ezio collection, which came out a few years back, which is like a little remaster. But there you go, Assassin's Creed 2 is still gold. But anyways, thank you all for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed. Be sure to go ahead, leave a like, subscribe, share the channel with your friends and all that wonderful stuff. I would really appreciate it. And I suppose I will be seeing you all very soon with another video at some point.